Hello and welcome to IndianMoney.com's YouTube channel. My name is Fayaz. In the year 2021, we have already witnessed so many different kind of companies and their IPOs, and there is yet another company which is coming in this entire list of issuing their IPOs in the year 2021 and in the month of January itself. So without a further ado, let's talk about today's company, which is none other than Stovecart IPO. So you might have not heard about Stovecart, but you might have definitely heard about companies like Pigeon and Guillemot. And basically, these are the two brands which this particular company has, and these are the brands that we might have seen in our kitchens or maybe in shops, etc. So Pigeon and Guillemot are the two major brands which this particular company has, and the parent company's name is basically Stovecart. Just like how Paytm's main brand name is Paytm, but the parent company or the company which is running it or the company that has been registered under the major company is 197 Communication. Similarly, Google is the name that we all see, but the major company or the parent company for that particular organization is Alphabet. So similarly, over here, the major brand name is Pigeon and Guillemot, but the main company's name is Stovecart. So let's understand what are the company's dynamics, what are the company's progress so far has been, and whether you should go ahead for this or not. So without a further ado, let's get to the point. So basically, talking about their progress so far, in the year 2019, they had also started off manufacturing and producing LED products. So LED lights is quite popular these days, so the company has definitely been focusing on that too. And it has more than 651 distributors which are spread across 27 states and 5 union territories, and has like more than 12 distributors for exports as well. So they have 65 stores so far across 4 states and 28 cities, and they're not just active in India, but they are also promoting and exporting their products in different other countries as well, like USA, Mexico, Kenya, Qatar, Sri Lanka, Fiji, Bahrain, Kuwait, etc. And the company has majorly 2 major manufacturing units. One is in Karnataka, Bangalore, and another one is in Himachal Pradesh. Baddi is the place name. So let's understand what are the company's strengths. Now that we have understood the features of the company, let's talk about the company's strengths. So talking about the strengths over here, number one strength is that it's one of the largest kitchen appliance company in India. Of course, it's very popular. We have seen its advertisements. We have also probably seen the products in maybe in our home, in our friend's home, or maybe in hotels, etc. And it has a strong diversified portfolio. They have more than 600 plus products in their portfolio, and they have a strong brand name, strong brand visibility, strong brand network, and it is having a well-equipped manufacturing facility as well, which is basically catering the needs of across the global audience. I mean, they have just 2 manufacturing units. One is in Himachal Pradesh, one is in Karnataka, but still they are able to take care of all this major demand that's coming from across the globe for them. Now let's understand who are the company's promoters. So company is basically run by one family, Gandhi family, not the Gandhi which is involved in politics, but this is another Gandhi. So the company's promoters' name are Rajendra Gandhi and Sunita Rajendra Gandhi. They are basically the promoters of the company. Now that we have understood about the company's promoters, the strength and the features, let's understand what are the financials have been of the company, because it's indeed a very, very crucial factor. If at all the company's financials are good, the company will be able to take care of its revenue and eventually will be able to pay off its dividends and various other expenses as well. So let's understand the company's financials. If you notice over here in this table, the revenue in the year 31st March 2018 has been 120.18 million, which is phenomenal. And after that, its revenue has dropped a bit. In the year 2019, its revenue is just 7.36 million. In the year 2020, 31st March, it has increased a little bit, but it has still been very low, which is 31.70 million. And in the year 2020 September, it has picked up after the lockdown opened, after the things got a little better in our economy and in our country. And the revenue after basically the profit after tax is 287.76 million. So let's understand, why does a company want to raise this kind of IPO? Why are they trying to raise the IPO? What's the objective of this particular IPO, and why do they need money? If at all the company is doing so well, that it's exporting, that it's having like a phenomenal distribution network, why does it need money of you and me? So let's understand the objective of this issue. So the number one objective over here is that they have to take care of the company's repayment and prepayment of company's borrowing, which is indeed very, very important. If at all a company is trying to get rid of its borrowings or get rid of its loans and debts, it's a good sign. That means the company is trying to become a debt-free company. And the next reason is that the company is basically trying to get rid of, take care of its corporate and financial expenses, whichever the company is basically dealing with right now. Okay, so let's understand the IPO details and let's have a look at this particular table. So the number one thing over here is that the IPO opening date is January 25th, 2021. The closing date is 3 days after that, which is January 28th, 2021. It's a book built issue IPO, and the equity shares value over here will be 10 rupees, and the IPO price is going to be 384 from 384 to 385 rupees, and the market lot of the shares would be 38, and that's also the minimum order quantity. The listing will be, of course, on BSE and NSE, and they are trying to raise here by IPO around 412.63 crore rupees. So obviously they will not be raising this entire amount through a single person. So let's understand what will be the minimum contribution or the maximum contribution that you can make as an individual investor if at all you want to be a part of this particular company's equity. So the minimum contribution over here is rupees 14,630, which will give you the advantage of having one lot, which means you will have 38 shares of this particular company, and the maximum that you can buy as an individual investor would be 13 lots, which means 494 shares, and you'll have to pay from your pocket almost 1,90,000.190 rupees. Alright, so now let's understand if at all by chance, even if you apply, by when will you get the refund, by when will you get the listing, by when will you get the stocks credited in your Demat account. Let's have a look at that on this particular table. So over here, the issue opening date would be January 25th, 2021. The closing date would be January 28th, 2021. Basis of allotment date would be February 2nd, 2021. The initiation of refunds would be done on February 4th, 2021, and the IPO listing date would be February 5th, 2021. So let's understand what will be the promoters' share pre and post of this IPO. Ideally, any particular company is a good company if at all the promoters have more than 50% of the equity with them, because that reflects or that signifies that this particular promoters are want to basically be involved in the company and are not looking out to escape the company's management, or probably are not looking out to liquidate their share from the company's equity. So let's understand what are the status, or what are the financials, or what are the basically the share of the promoters, and how will it be after and before the IPO will be issued. So if you notice over here, we have two pie charts. The number one is basically the pre-issue. The pre-issue currently public or maybe the non-promoters are having a holding of close to 39%, while the promoters are having a holding of around 61%. But after the issue, of course, the public share would increase here a little bit, and they will be having almost 46% as their share in the company's IPO and the company's equity. And the management will have around 54% as their share in the company's equity, which means they will be having the majority in terms of the decision making and in terms of taking the actions for the company's growth and progress. So ideally, in our previous IPOs, we would have finished the video over here. We just used to tell you the good things about the company, maybe just the details that are there. But in this video, we'll tell you a little bit of the risks that are involved in this particular company. And if at all you are seriously looking out to make an investment, you should be aware about this particular factor as well. So if you notice the key risks that are involved in this particular company's IPO, number one risk is that there is a litigation case that's been basically going on with the company's brand Pigeon trademark, and that's at risk. The second risk over here is that the company's business has been impacted due to COVID-19 pandemic, and the impact is still on because people are not willing to spend a lot of money on maybe things which are of premium nature, things which are basically not anything other than their necessities or their essentials. The third risk is that the significant dependence on third parties for distribution and sales, which means that they do not have core members who are taking care of the company's distribution. They are dependent on third parties, which might impact the company's sales and revenue, because anyways, the third parties will not be that serious in taking care of the company's reputation and all the other aspects. They will be just doing their job just to take care of the sales or the profit of the sales. And the fourth thing over here is that stiff competition is already there from like established brands as well as local brands. So if at all you notice, there are so many other brands that are already like available in this industry, in this sector. Like there is a Prestige, then there is so many other brands, and there are so many other local level brands as well. And if at all you are a regular Indian customer, then you must be aware about the fact that we just make a decision based on smallest margin. If at all any particular cooker is available at a price of say 300 rupees, but we are getting the same kind of cooker at the price of 250 rupees, we might not care much about the brand or maybe the quality, but we will be more bothered about the price, and we might end up taking this particular product which is available at 50 rupees less price. So that might be a reason why this company's revenue can get impacted in the near future. And of course, the sales of the company or the major business for the company is coming from South India, and that signifies that this particular company does not have a nationwide holding. So eventually it will have to struggle a little bit to become a little more prominent or a little more popular across the nation, or to have like a national level impact in their revenue and in their image. So I hope now you're a little bit more clear about this entire company's IPO, and if at all you are still willing to invest, you can definitely go forward and do it. And if at all you have still a little bit more questions left, you can always leave them in the comment section and we'll definitely try and give you answers for that. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends and family and let us know your thoughts in the comment section as well. And if you want to learn more about personal finance, career building, farming and business, you can download the Financial Freedom app. The link of this app is provided in the description box. My name is Fayaz and you're watching IndianMoney.com.